Everyone, Eric from Alpha Advisors here with another video today to talk about why it's important to start getting ready for National Black now. You may ask, well, Eric, it's July. National Black is not even almost 3 months, 2.5 months away. What is there to do? Well, there's a lot you can do now. You see, National Black, the outcome of National Black completely depends on what you do in the next 2 months and how much interviews and job offers that you'll get during and right after National Black is over. So if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. I put out video contents about MBA application, admissions, and post-MBA careers. And we are a MBA admissions consulting firm based in Japan with the largest track record of helping our clients get accepted to top tier programs and also supporting them in their post-MBA careers. All right. So having said that, I would like to talk a little bit about how we want more advisors. Okay. We're expanding globally and we're looking for more people to work with who's someone who has obtained an MBA, whether in Japan or America or Europe or anywhere, to become an advisor to use your experience and help our clients be successful in their journey. All right. So really quickly, last time I talked about how getting a job what I talked about in the last video, how getting a job in these ways. And so I mentioned networking, right? Doing this is obviously more predicated on being successful for National Black, right? Things like researching before even going to business school, right? Understanding what job you want to do, what companies you want to work for, and then deciding what schools have a higher track record or a higher placement for schools sending students into your target companies. Those are incredibly important, right? This is even outside of National Black, you will have priority. Most cases you'll have priority consideration because you may go to a certain school. That's just how the reality works. And some of these companies, HR operates. And the recruiting cycle is different. Now, let's just say that you don't go to that particular school that I guess your target company hires most out of, right? Maybe let's just say you go to a different top tier school or mid-tier school, right? Well, networking becomes incredibly important, as you see in number 5 here. Networking becomes important in a way that understanding who perhaps an alumni that's working in your target company, getting to know the recruiter, all that information can be found by working networking. Okay, I'll talk more about that and how to network, who to network, when to network in a separate video, but it's focusing more on National Black. Okay, so the recruiting cycle is the part. National Black this year, 2022, will take place in Atlanta on September 27, I believe. And therefore, the recruiting cycle really starts to kick in around August. But there's so much you can do this month in the month of July, and then pick up a little bit more in August, and then really honing in on September. Okay, this is the typical schedule, okay, for you and how to prepare for National Black. So if you're in different industry like consulting, that depends. But generally, this is how you work. In July, the month of July, you'll need to start doing your research in terms of, once again, honing in what positions are going to become available. Okay, the networking part, number 5. Networking is for it's the sort of month of July, the whole month of July, you may even say. And around from August time, okay, companies will start posting jobs on the National Black website. There you can submit your application online, and so you can get your application notice earlier the better. That's just kind of how it is. But I will say that most companies, I'm going to share my screen here a little bit to show the National Black website. So this is the National Black website here. Let's see. I wonder if they even have any job postings now, so we can actually look at it. But what's going to happen is when when you create an account, you pay your fees, right? You pay your dues, and when you go into your account, you are able to do some job searches, like and filtering in with the search result of National Black job post. And once you do, you'll start seeing all these internship positions. You'll start seeing these full-time positions that National Black is hiring. And when you do like at these these job postings, most cases, many companies will have you apply on the National Black website, but they will also have you apply on their company website as well and send in your application. So prepare to do that as you go through each positions or roles that you're interested in doing. It's not going to be a simple copy and paste, make a template, a simple copy and paste, put on your resume, and then put in a generic message to a recruiter telling them you're interested. You may get noticed, sure, if your application or if your resume is strong, but in most cases, you may not get on their radar. The way that you get on their radar is to apply on their company website and start getting in touch with the recruiter directly, letting them know that, and of course, creating a relationship that way. Once you get to the month of September, let's see. So when you look at the 2022 conference, okay, of course, there's all these events that they'll do. And from my personal experience, which I'll talk about in a little bit, they're great. They have all these speakers that they invite. And there's a career expo information, which we'll get into a little bit. But these speakers events talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, talking about the challenges of corporate America when it comes to diversity and equity and justice. And it's a quite interesting event. And the Career Expo, it looks like some information is already out, guys. So I would go into the website and check it out. And more companies, companies are still registering to exhibit. So many companies will haven't even posted their positions yet. Now, when you get to the month of September, okay, this is where you'll start kicking things into real gear. You want to start not only continuing to check the website daily for an updated job search or job position posted on National Black, but also you'll have to start getting responses from recruiters, right? But many large companies, what they'll do is they'll do a pre-National Black conference. So for example, I was interested in a role at Johnson & Johnson, and I, of course, applied, and I had a connection with them because I did my internship there. And they were doing these pre-MBA, pre-National Black networking events and things like that. So you want to get into those, right? And how to get into those is to get to know the recruiters that will be at the National Black website, and just have to start building a relationship with them and networking with them. Use your classmates, school resources, alumni that are working in the company that you're working for, that you're interested in going to. Those are the people that you want to target first. Now, getting ready for interviews is another thing as well. Your chance is you only have one shot at these interviews. You need to prepare well. At Alpha Advisors, we help our clients prepare the best we can and to help you be successful in your job search, doing market interviews, building your story, right? Bulletproofing your story is incredibly important because that is going to be your brand. Okay. There was an individual that didn't have a story. Well, he had an excellent career resume, going to a top tier school, but he could not get a job at any company because he just couldn't get his story right. He got the interviews because he was a high profile candidate, because he went to a top tier school. He was in the right industry. He worked for the right companies. But the reality was that people couldn't he couldn't get past the first round because he didn't quite, I guess, resonate with the company. There was no he couldn't exhibit any cultural fit, any visions or goals, and the reason why he was applying to those companies. The story wasn't there. Branding is so important because your brand should dictate what companies you should be applying for, and therefore the story should be well thought out of. Um, there is a online, of course, not going back to National Black, there's an online conference version as well, I believe this year. If not, I don't see it at the moment, but if there's an online version as well, I'm sure once we get closer to the day, we'll talk a little more about it. But start getting ready now, and September time will be important because right up to the start of the conference, you'll start getting interviews set up even before the conference, during the conference, and that's going to be key. Another strategic element to be successful in National Black is to understand, if you're an international student, is to understand what companies are going to sponsor and what companies are not going to sponsor. Okay, you don't want to get in a line and at a company booth for 30 to 40 minutes and then find out, once you start to speaking with a recruiter after a 15-minute discussion, is that the company doesn't sponsor, and essentially you've wasted your time. Okay, and this is such a hard thing to do, but it's actually really easy to I guess, avoid that. And that's really going back to what I said earlier, which is you have to network and understand what companies are sponsoring and what companies are not. Okay, talk to your alumni, talk to your school network, career advisors, talk to your classmates. They'll probably know the best because they've speaking with a recruiter. Maybe they've sent an application already, so that's how you know. Now, after National Black is all interviews. Okay, if you do these steps right, 90% is preparation. Okay, from July to September, up until this National Black starts. If you do this well, you'll have interviews every single day for the next half a month to a month. Okay, and that was the case for me. That was the case for those that actually do prepare well, and you'll get that interview, and then as you do, you pass the first round interviews, and then you get second round, third round, fourth round, and get the final offer. So many companies make offers starting even during National Black up to November. Okay, with all these rounds of interviews that you're expected to do. So you have to prepare well and continue to use your network, because even after National Black, things you'll quickly know that you weren't able to talk with everybody. Okay, that's just kind of the reality. There are companies that you just won't have the chance to speak with, but perhaps you grab someone's business card because you just had a short time, and maybe you could only speak with someone that's like 3 or 5 minutes, and you got the person's business card. You continuous network will be key to success and setting that interview up, and leading to that job offer. All right, so start now. Unless you start now, you'll be late because your competition is starting now. Okay, many people are going to these Forte career conferences, the consortium career conferences that start in July. I think they start in July this year as well. So people, your peers, your competition is already networked, they're already getting interviews and maybe even get a job offer. Okay, so you got to start now. If you're not in those specialized groups, you have to start now. Start networking, work with your career advisors at your school, work with us to get a bulletproof story or brand set, practice your interviews with us. We have connections as well. We have our own network with companies because we've helped thousands of clients prepare for these post-career jobs and to work in the United States. And so, and of course, in Japan as well. So come talk to us if you're interested in, So there is a free consultation that we do for those that are interested in. Come chat with us. Tell us what you're trying to do, what companies you're trying to get into, what you're trying to do at National Black, and see if we may be a good fit. All right, shop around. And we'll be happy to chat with you and help you be successful for your National Black Career Conference. All right, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next one.